add on to me.
All right,
I got a whole thought process on it. All right, we back.
We already on. Oh shit.
Well, yeah, now we are. That's what editing is for. Okay. A.M.University. I'm your host, Antoine Miller. I got a really well-rounded guest on from the basketball world. It was crazy. I never even knew what your real name was. All I know is Bad Boy. Dave Williams. I mean, we all call him Bad Boy, but you said this on another podcast, but how you get the name Bad Boy again?
From as I can remember, my Trudy gave me the name from playing PYA football. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, they always said I was better in football than I was in basketball. Mm-hmm. So, running the touchdown, and I mean, she was like, that's a bad boy, and it just stuck to me at the end of the day, I guess.
Okay, I was like, I thought you was bad as hell.
No, I mean, I was. I mean, everybody has their situations and stuff.
But, yeah. But yeah, Bad Boy, a.k.a. Dave Williams, man, or vice versa, on the podcast today, man. I wanted him on the surface level. Anybody that's affiliated with him understands that he trains Jalen Brunson and various other collegiate NBA overseas caliber of talents. But you know, when it comes to basketball, it's always two landscapes that I like to conversate with people on, and that's the general landscape of basketball, because it's always changing, and the general landscape of training, which is out of control if you ask me. But let's just start with Jalen, right? Let's start with Jalen, because his ascension, right, recently, it's really insane if you really think about it, right? Like, at first I was like, you could argue this, but I don't even think you could really argue this. Like, his whole caliber of his game last year, he was a top 10 player in the NBA, right? And let's say I'll argue anybody with that, like, because it's just what he meant to his team overall, right? Like, it was just like he really had an amazing year.
From the Knicks not going to the playoffs, and
correct,
going to the second round.
Like, one of them games,
his performance.
And I think I was talking to you one game, but I was watching on TV. It's one of them games that he didn't sit.
Oh, when he had the 48 minutes, him and Quentin, him and Grimes.
What is going on? But he had to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
But that's the type of person he is.
Yeah. Like, his ascension is really, really good to see. Because from my angle, his style of basketball, it's not sexy. It's kind of everything everybody else is telling you not to do. Right?
It's very fundamental.
Fundamentals to the core, insane fundamentals, right? Getting where he need to get in the least amount of dribbles, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. You being close to him and that product. First of all, how did your relationship come about as far as in the training world with Jalen Brunson?
So I've been training Jay got player of the year his junior year. So I've been training Jalen since the beginning of his junior year at Nova. So I think this is year 5 or 6 for him in the league. So I would say like 6 or 7 years. Mm-hmm. And so it's funny. It's kind of crazy that he was training with a guy which is one of my closest friends named Omar Wellington. He was training with him. I was working at Next Level in where's that, Voorhees? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Voorhees. And I was just rebounding. So Omar was working him out, and I was throwing my little 2 cents in because, all right, let me break it down like this. A lot of older trainers train just fundamentals. You get what I mean? So now that the game is evolving now, like with the footwork stuff and all that stuff, they didn't really, like between like him and his dad, like Omar and his dad, they didn't really have all that.
Right.
I guess you want to say knowledge.
Right.
So I was always the guy, yo, Dave, put that little spice in there, put that, same hand, same foot stuff in there, put all that stuff in there. And like I said, I was rebounding at first, and then Omar kind of just shied away from. It's crazy, look. Just right. What was I about to say? Omar kind of just shied away from training him, and he called me one day and was like, "Yo, can you train Jalen?" And I'm like, at this time I was just starting to train, so I had kids, little kids and stuff, teaching them how to do layups and stuff, and I'm like, you want me to train a guy that's probably going to be, I mean, he ended up being player of the year. Yeah. So I went in there, trained him, and he loved it. And then now we're here. That's been 7 years later. We just been rocking and rolling.
Yeah. Can you speak on the regiment part? Like just overall, you don't have to go into detail, whatever like that, because again, I really don't think the kids in this society really understands what it takes to be the best version of themselves. We're not talking to NBA or whatever like that. That's like.
So you mean like our
different.
like kind of like our schedule of working out?
Yeah, like what again, like the yes. Let's just keep it that way.
All right, so let's just say this summer. All right, let's say this summer. So like our workouts are Monday through Friday, straight. He takes off weekends because to rest his body, and he likes to golf. So I mean, a lot of NBA players like to golf. So he golfs a lot. So Monday through Friday. Sometimes 2 a days if he has. We do 2.5 hours of workouts, and then two and a half hours straight. He might get a drink once, just might. So that's where the endurance and all that stuff comes in at. But if he's not feeling like right after his workout, whatever shooting wise, he'll go home, eat, you know what I mean, get his body together, stretch, whatever he has to do, and then we might go back and just get shots up just so it feels right. Other than that, it's just Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday off unless he's feeling, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and the reason I ask is because again, a kid could just go to the gym with their boys. Like actually, something just happened with my kids at KIP. I told them, I said, yo, y'all play basketball too much with the wrong people. Like meaning they'll just play with any random Joe on the street, right? Like nothing positive can come out of that. Right. They're playing just as hard as you, but they don't have the same skill set, right? What happens? One of them hyperextended his knee, but they think that's getting better. Like they just think just playing. Well, but look, I'm playing though, and it's a small bit of that is correct, right? You could be just sitting home not doing anything, and then just try to show up for a game.
I think kids need to play a little bit more, but they need to play in a controlled atmosphere. Basically, like what you're saying, they shouldn't be going out just playing with the average Joe. But I feel like that might be one of the things, at least I would say South Jersey wise, that is falling off. Like playing.
In general,
kids are training. They're just training.
Yes.
And listen, I'm the most humblest guy. Sometimes you might be training with the wrong person, or they're doing the wrong things with you, whatever. But I just think you need to, because with my brand, my slogan is make it translate. So if you're training somebody, it has to translate to the game, translate to their game. You get what I mean? You can't have. You're not just gonna have a 7-footer out here. Oh, between. Nah, but we ain't got time for that right now.
But that's what's happening, bro. We did people just out here just doing shit.
Yeah, but now you're turning training into a money grab.
How you feel about that? Because it's like people think because you were like, I'm a basketball coach, right? So people think because you were affiliated with basketball that you could just train their kid or whatever like that. And I see people just, okay, if you're going to offer me X amount of dollars, then I guess I'm a trainer now in the off season or whatever like that.
That's just the money grab part about it.
Like me personally, I'm like, that ain't my profession, bro. Right. Like training is not separate from a basketball coach, but it is though in a way. Right. That's a profession. I'm not messing with somebody else's profession to make some money, but it's like more and more happening.
I mean, I hate it. But I can't control another man's whatever.
Well, I'll give you one better. Let me ask you this: if I'm a parent right now and I'm doing these type of things, what's Dave Williams saying? Are you just allowing it because it might sound like you hating or something like that?
Yeah, man, it's sad to say. Yeah, I feel crazy right now even saying that. That sucks.
What, that you wouldn't say it, or?
I probably would just allow it and be like, yo, that's crazy that you're doing that, and I probably wouldn't say nothing, just because of. Damn, it sucks to me saying this. Just because of, I feel like I'm hating on somebody. And that's the wrong thing to do. You're 100% right.
I don't care,
bro. And I think I'm going to change that once I walk out this door.
I don't care, bro. Yeah, I don't care because I know, I look at it myself, like I ask myself the question, am I really hating? Like, do I really like dislike this person and what they doing?
Yeah, but I don't dislike anybody.
No, I'm saying I don't feel that when I'm having this thought. Mm-hmm. Like, nah, I'm telling that parent the truth. You do what you want to do because you're going to do it anyway. But this ain't it. It ain't translating to what your son is. You stunting his growth, etc., etc., etc. I'll tell you what you need to do, but you gonna do what you want to do anyway. Because I look at it as like 8 times out of 10, they're not gonna listen to you anyway, right? So at least I left you with the information. And 2 or 3 years, months maybe down the road, it's gonna happen, and you're gonna look back and say, "Wow, I should have."
Let me stop you right there. So I'm gonna tell you this in the most humblest way. The only reason I think people will listen to me is because of that.
You won. You a winner. And what I mean by that.
That's why I think it's going to go into hate, because it's like, oh, now.
Well, from whose perspective? Like the person
because
that you're supposedly
always,
talking about.
Like especially in this training world, it's like a whisper down the lane type thing.
Okay.
So I tell you one thing,
it's
and
traveling.
then you tell that person
It's
one
traveling.
thing, and then by the time it gets to that next trainer, it's like it's all messed up, and then it's like, oh, he just hating on me.
It's traveling.
But it's never been like that. And it might I would tell you, like, I just don't like what you're doing with the kid. I'm not saying you're a bad trainer.
See, that's a good point. So, all right, going back to the original point about that's fair to say, because you said they are going to listen to you.
Yeah, they're going to listen to me because of, and I'm not saying just because of Jalen, but because of, you say the track record or the.
No, but that's a real thing. No, I swear I was talking to somebody about this the other day. People only listen to winners. It don't matter if you're right or wrong.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. And everybody's vision of Bad Boy, you won.
Yeah, I can say
right?
the most bullshittest thing.
It don't matter.
Somebody be like, oh, that's probably true. Because Jay's got $100 million, so that's fucking true. No, the fuck, it probably ain't true. But like, that's where I learned not to be a yes man, kind of, sort of, to anybody. I don't give a if it was Michael Jordan. If I thought Michael Jordan was wrong, I think you're wrong, bro. Regardless of what you're talking about, I think you're wrong.
That's fair to say now. Now that you said that,
but that's why
I'm still talking.
And that's the reason why I don't do it.
I understand.
It's because of, and I always, like I say, I always say this in the most humblest way, because I try to be the most humblest person ever. And just because Jalen fell in my lap doesn't change me, the person that I am. So that's why I keep my mouth quiet, because people will be like, oh no, he's right because he did this, or he helped this guy do this, or whatever. And I'm not always right at all. I get in arguments with my boys, and then I'll come back a couple days later like, damn, I was wrong, my bad. So, yeah, that's why I really keep my mouth shut, especially in this.
No, I get
era.
it.
You know what I mean?
Because as much as I'm telling you is expanding, it's really not.
No,
the training world is really small. What Bad Boy say? What?
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, this motherfucker hating on me. Like, no, I'm not hating on you.
Yo, we just spoke about this off air. Jalen Brunson, right? Jalen Brunson, right? I look at what he's done this year over his career. I don't know what he did in Chicago in high school. I wasn't following that. But when he went to Villanova, I just saw him get just inches better in all the boring things. The boring things. And now it's translating to the biggest stage in the NBA world, right? And I look at it like, and I'm thinking about before you coming over here, I'm like, why isn't this kid like a walking billboard of how a basketball player should go about it 360? And he's not, right? No fault of Jalen's, but I'm talking about his actual game, right? We like look at all these other dudes, I ain't saying no names, but like gods, like our kids, not my generation, but the kids nowadays look at these dudes like gods. You never hear Jalen Brunson's name coming up. And me personally, like I got a real problem with that, because whatever the reason is, that's why we are the way that we are. Like, to me, basketball is trash. Like, everybody, I don't even watch basketball. Like, people be like crazy. You watched the game last night or whatever. Like, I don't watch basketball.
I watch big games, and I watch every game. Like, they play at 7 o'clock. So once I leave here,
why you watch big games?
Because I love basketball. I watch basketball all day. Like, but I'm very into like college basketball. Because I got a Fire Stick, so I watch it.
Well, to me, I'm watching big games, or I'm watching college basketball, because for me, it's done right. The big teams, the Boston versus Miami, to me, I'm watching that game because the skill level's off the charts. But again, they care about doing it the right way, from the top to the bottom, right? I appreciate that, and I know I can see all of them are competing. Like, it's like a throwback game, like in the 90s and things like that.
That Sacramento and Warriors game last night was a good one.
But the 28, 30 other teams or whatever like that, it's not there. So that's, for me, that's boring, right? Why are we not looking at a guy like Jalen Brunson?
Because it's boring. If you, I want to invite you to if you came and watched our work, so we do the same warm up. It's like a half an hour, and literally a warm up, same warm up every day, and it's just boring. Footwork, you know what I mean, step ball, and it just looks. It's not like to your creative eye. It's not to your dribble to the cone and slide the cone all the way around the joint. Like, and at me as a trainer, to each his own. But I will never have a kid.
No, yo, you being too cool right now. It's not to each his own.
Because it's going to happen. That's why I'm saying to each his own. It's not like Dave Williams came on here and said, "Yo, stop sliding cones around." It's still going to happen. So it's like,
for what though? It's translating into what?
I don't know.
These people don't win. Like that's. I don't like normalizing things in the world just because the world normalizes it, right? Like we all, the media or whatever like that, we put these people on a platform, and because y'all put it on a platform or the right person say something about them, the masses just have to follow it. But it's not about productivity, right? We seeing a kid like Jalen Brunson, we're seeing maximum productivity, right? Why are we not beating whatever he's doing? Like, why are we not beating that in the head of kids and parents and coaches?
Like he does it, and he does it with the flash too, because he'll break down the defender and then work but it's like him and Kyrie are like ages apart, like with like the. No, I'm just talking about with the flash part. I'm not saying like their games. I'm saying like with the flash, like Kyrie is like, ball handle with the oop. Like when Kyrie goes oop, Jay's gonna go. I'm gonna step through, something like that. It's just, I don't know.
I hate to talk about Kyrie because his game to me is in the same boat as Steph Curry. Like, they messed up basketball. To me, they messed up basketball. But each one of them individually had to do that in order to be successul. The way that they play, right? Kyrie isn't athletic, right? He's not finishing over top of anybody, right? He had to have that pocket of things that he could do around the rim, or he wouldn't be here right now. Right. So I don't like talking about it because it's that angle. But the flip side is every kid in America thinks. A kid walked into my gym the other day, and I got the kid doing spot up shooting. I turned my head, right? I turned back around. He's catching the ball and supposed to be spot up shooting. He does 4 crossover dribbles and then shoots it. I watched him do it 7 straight times. He missed badly on every single one. I said, "Yo, what are you doing, bro?" And he looked at me like I was crazy. Like, no, this is what, and it's because of that. Steph, everybody.
Well, Steph is with the threes for sure. I had a kid that I worked out. Not one time, but the first time they came in, and the first shot, he walked on the court and just shot like a 3, like 2 feet from. I said, "Oh no, we're not having this." So for you to walk on the court, like just tie your sneaks up and walk on the court and just shoot 37-footer is crazy.
So we supposed to accept it though, because they're gonna do it anyway.
We're not supposed to accept it. I just think we have no choice but to accept it.
Nah.
Unless me and you just gonna sit here and change the world. Yeah, I mean it's definitely possible. Well, let's
one Jalen Brunson at a time, bro. What you mean? You already on the right path. Right. What's happening? This is proven, right? Like, and it goes back to the parent conversation or the child conversation about the trainer again for me, right? Because if a person come up to me and say, "Yo, bad boy, you hate," or "I'm bad boy," yo, you hating, yo. Great, thank you. Tell me why. Let's have a conversation about it. And I'll explain to you why I said A, B, C, and D. It's not like I'm going to just say and just walk away from you. No, I want you to get mad at me. I want the parent to get mad at me. I want the actual kid to get mad at me, right? Because I can explain every reason I'm saying it, right? The people that's hating can't. Yeah. You know what I mean? And again, at the least, you got that mindset all the way in the back of your mind, like maybe he was right. Or maybe something happens like, damn, I should have listened to him 5 years ago. I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with not saying anything and normalizing stupidity. These things are stupid.
But when
people started running to the 3-point line on a 3-on-2 fast break, bro, that's stupid.
That is
and y'all all want to say it's about spacing.
That's true.
And that's such a clever, cute way of trying to win an argument. You're not winning an argument. He got a layup opportunity, bro. There's only one Steph Curry in this world. You know how hard it is to make a three off of a fast break, moving that fast to the corner and being able to square your shoulders up and shoot that thing accurately? But everybody's doing it. So I guess we got to go with it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. That 3-on-1, you got to get a layup. You know, yeah, I agree with you on that. But let me go back to the point where, see, it's just tougher in my lane. It's easy for you to say
right.
Because it's right. I can like right. Without me being a hater or whatever, I can say A, B, C, and D, and then it's just gonna look like to that person what you think you can do it better. And then with me, I'm gonna be like, yes, I know I can do it better. But it's like now that's hating on a low.
Give me an example. Give me an example.
So you just said like you were like you go to a parent and the parent like I want the parent to get mad at me or whatever. So the other guy that's supposedly like training the kid or whatever, if we have that conversation as trainers, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like A, B, C, and D, and then the only question next is what you think you can do better. And I'm gonna say yes. Now this is a gap already between trainers. Dave thinks he's better than me.
But again, it's not even about better. It's about what you said earlier. It's about that player, right? It's no universal way to train or do anything with these kids, right? He's going to be what he's going to be. Like, you actually can tell what a basketball player is going to be at a really young age. It's about how much they maximize that. Right? Like, they're not going to, most times a basketball player isn't going to do a whole 360 to their basketball game and do something they never could do before in life. That's not going to happen. You maximize that. So if a trainer come up to me and want to say things like that, we're talking about him, bro. Do you really think that he could do what you trying to make him do? Right. What are we talking about? Right? Or B, is it going to translate to, let's talk of the cream of the crop or whatever this player could be. If it's the high school level, can he do this in North Jersey in the state championship game against whoever, Elizabeth, whatever like that? No, right? Can he do this on a college level? No. That's what I care about.
Is the kid even college level material?
Or is the kid even college level material? I don't care what he's doing in Group 1.
Yeah, exactly. Sure.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
You know, well, no disrespect. It is what it is. It's Group 1.
That's the truth. Yeah.
Like, so it's just, I don't know, man. I just feel like we're not having enough conversation. And I think just because they put this narrative out there that we supposed to just go and run with it. But nobody speaks the facts. Like, Jalen carried that Knicks team last year offensively. Like, there's no disrespect to anybody else. Thibodeau's a great defensive guy. But he carried that. And I just think stories like that aren't appreciated enough. You know, like the mentality of a Dame Lillard or something like that. Like, people shitted on him for losing, how much he was losing in Portland. Like, that's not right, yo. Like, it's not. This is a guy, physically, he just can't. He's doing every single thing he could do with his ability. Right. But then you got a 6'11" guy over here that has more talent on his pinky finger that we just keep giving chances to. Like, they'll get swept in the first round, but we just keep giving them chances to because of the potential or the talent that we saw in the pocket.
Like, I love people that win, even though and I just know Dame's kind of excluded from that because I know his team wasn't in, but he's still putting up 60, 70, whatever he had to do. But that's why I try not to get into conversations with people about top 10 point guards and you only saying that because you train them. But I'm speaking facts. I'm like, all right, Luka went out. Utah was the number 2 seed, 41, 31, win one game, and then just know you're going to beat, and then you beat them. And then you go on to the Suns. Luka comes back, and then you go average 24. And then you go play the Warriors, and then you go average another 20-something. And then you leave. New York Knicks weren't nothing. They didn't even make the playoffs last year. Go back. Now you go beat Donovan Mitchell again in the first round. And then you go play Jimmy Butler and them, and then end the whole thing with 41. You average 32 through the whole series. With the number 3 or number 2 defensive team in the league. When everything is, Eric Spoelstra said it in his post game. Everything was, we're worried about Jalen. And you go get 41 on Jimmy Butler. Yeah. Jimmy Butler's guarding you. They had to switch Gabe Vincent off of you because it was just killing him.
Bam, everybody. Right.
That means something to me. You get what I mean? Not just get averaging 30 in the regular season and not making the playoffs. That don't. I mean, 30 is great. It's amazing. You know what I mean? But gotta win.
Not if your opponent get 35. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I think we had a real pivotal point within just youth in general, like them as a whole, but also in the basketball world. Like, we in a real slippery slope right now where we could just go off the entire cliff if these conversations aren't had, right? Because I think the hating thing is just that's more so insecurity with the other person too. Like, who are you to say something? Whoop de whoop de whoop de whoop.
Yeah, that's the part I'm like, and I don't even like to get into.
And if you don't want to be that person, just leave it to me. If that's what you're saying, you don't want to be that person, just leave it to me. And because it is a headache.
Yeah, I try not to even get into a conversation and type of stuff like that.
But I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think Jalen and his old camp, man, y'all doing a real fine job with him, man. And I just think that type of mentality, it just needs to be like again, why do people look at Jay Wright as one of the best coaches ever? Or
no, I think Hall of Famer. I think he should be going. Oh, is it this year? Him and Becky Hammond, I think.
I hope so.
If I'm not mistaken.
I just hope so. I just appreciate people that do it right. Stand for something and not go with fads. Like, I'm so sick of fads. You know what I think? Things like that. It's just like, again, with Jalen posting up. Who even, people don't post up centers no more, let alone a guard. Like,
I mean, shout out to Rick for that. Rick had him doing that.
But it makes so much sense. Like, to me, these are 1+1 common sense things.
Right.
This is not an intricate thing. I got a kid that's a bully. I'm going to invert my guards instead of my big men because everybody want to shoot anyway. Defenses don't know what to do with that because you don't see it. But you don't want to copy that.
He posts up 6'8" people, 6'9". He don't care. He posts up everybody.
I don't know, man. I could talk to you all day about this. Let's end with this, man. If anyone else wants to get in the training world, because again, everybody think they can train, but if they want to do it properly, man, like in your opinion, what's the best route or way you think someone should go about it?
Come watch me. You can sit on my workouts anytime you want. But I mean, I would really say, like, fundamentals first, for real. Like, before all that, yeah, I mean, like, me and Jalen, we don't even use cones. We don't use cones, but use me. I guard them. But it's like, I just think, and I'm just so high on that sliding that cone, so I hate that. I hate it so much. So, I mean, it's kind of hard. Like, and I'm always gonna say, in the most harmless way, just you can contact me, and I can show you some ropes. I'm not perfect. I'm not the greatest, but I mean, my resume speaks for itself. So the people that I have worked with are successful on the level that they're at, if you get what I mean. Like, they might not all make it to the NBA or all make it to the WNBA, but wherever they are right now, they're successful. So, yeah. But that dives into like your train. Like, I can go for training. Like, you're a little bit of a coach.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sure, that's why I don't really like just saying that like that. But no, absolutely.
Yeah, because you have so with my training, I'm very, and I think that this might separate me from a couple people with the training situation. Like, I'm very, very, very detailed. Like, of where you're gonna get this shot, how you're gonna get this shot, why you're doing this, where the defense would be, where you might have an open swing or whatever. Yeah, I try my best to break down all that. So everything when you're in the game, you're making that move. You know, your peripherals, all right, he should be there, or I might have this left, you might have this big man stepping, you might have this drop. So, yeah, I try to be as detailed as possible. And I would tell a lot of other trainers to try to do that themselves. Just to be detailed and, so the kid can really, really, like, you're extension of a coach, bro. You're teaching. You know what I mean? So, you got to teach the game of basketball. That's all it is.
Top 5 point guards.
Top 5 point guards.
Steph. Let me mess with him.
Is Luka a point guard? Yeah, I guess, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Steph, Luka.
Got the ball in his hands.
Is Shea a point guard or is he too?
I don't even know why I asked you this question. It's
Josh
like
Giddey,
it's positions anyway.
Josh Giddey, what
Like,
is he, the 1 or the 2?
It's not.
All right, well, I'm putting Shea in there.
It's not no position.
Shea. No, I'm not putting Shea because I got to put Jalen in there. So Steph, Luka, Dame. There's no order. Steph, Luka, Dame. Oh, that's somehow I'm missing bad.
You got one more because you got Jalen.
Steph, Luka, Dame. And everybody else is arguable, bro. Like, Josh just crazy. He's just wild. I like Ja though, but he's just wild. Yeah, I'm gonna go Shea and Jay. Shea and Jalen. I just gotta put Shea in there.
Based off just basketball. Ja not in there?
Ja can't do. Ja's not a better basketball player than Jalen.
Okay.
More athletic for sure.
Okay.
He can't play the game of basketball better than Jalen.
Listen, bro. Yeah, listen, bro. Like,
I like Ja though, but he can't.
Listen,
I don't think he can. I don't want to say it like that because Ja, like, I'm open if you want to train or something like that. But it's like, I don't think.
Always like to see. Nah, and all jokes aside, I always like to see what guys like Ja Morant. Always, I hope he always have his athleticism, but I always question, what if you wasn't athletic?
That's why I like little guards.
Yeah.
I like little guards because it's harder to score. Period. At least at the basket for sure. If I can't jump up there and just put the ball in there, it's harder. That's why Kyrie is like unbelievable with that. Yeah. That's why I loved Isaiah Thomas, the one that played for Boston. Oof. Yeah, because it was like, how was you doing this at 5'5"?
Earl Boykins.
Earl Boykins, yeah, all of them.
Oh my God. All right.